How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for coming along. It's been a while since I've done anything kind of helixy related. And this, I'll insert that bit here, is the Line 6 HX Stomp XL. I was a big fan of the HX Stomp. I used it live a lot. I also used the Helix live a lot. I run everything through the PowerCab 212 Plus. Amazing rig. But now most of my stuff is kind of studio based, and you would have seen before as well that I'm doing a lot of ambient stuff for various people, for which I've been using the Fractal FM3. That kind of excels at that. I really like some of the presets that's in there. But the form factor of the Fractal doesn't work for me live at all. So when the original HX Stomp first came out, the 3 buttons were great. You got them, selection of 3 snapshots, if you like, or, 3 presets, however you wanted to set it up. We just felt that there could have been more to it. So people were adding expression pedals, etc., etc., etc. Line 6 kind of then took that on board and created the Pod XL, which then gives you more foot switch options, easier to get through the banks, gives you the tuner on board as well. You did get the tuner on the HX Stomp, but this is just kind of more easily accessible. And you get foot edit mode on this as well, which is just amazing. So within the floor space of my personal studio, I didn't want the massive Helix kind of there and then the FM3 next to it and wires everywhere, because at the end of the day, this is not a massive recording studio. This is a home studio that I've set up myself, and I frequently punch the microphone because of that. So stay out of my face. So today's first patch, if you like, for the Stomp XL, which again will go into your Helix if you want it, is an E flat patch. So if we go over to the editor, I'll just quickly run through what is going on in the patch and kind of give you some tips and tricks as to what I do to achieve a massively over-delayed, over-reverbed lead sound. So first up, you'll notice I don't use any compressors in any high gain tones. I just don't realistically see the need. I'm just not really a big compressor guy. I probably should be. I'm just not. I never have been. Even when I was using an analog board into a tube amp, I never used a compressor. Because back in the old days when I was young and poor, we couldn't afford shit like that. But now you get everything in this. So we got the simple pitch, which is in mono. You don't need it to be in stereo. And for E flat, we just drop it down -1. There's no sense on there at all, no delay. Everything is kind of stock after that, and then the mix is at 100%. It has to be at 100%. If it's not, it will sound chunky. That word was chunky. Chunky. Johnny Lee 2021. And then after that, obviously the age-old trick of the tube screamer with the gain all the way down, tone about halfway, just over, and then the level all the way up. I'll show you what that sounds like. When we turn it on, I have had somebody in the comment section say to me before, well, if there's no gain on there, it's not actually doing anything. Wrong. You can hear it. It's actually a better way of using the tube screamer, I think, if you've already got a high gain amp, is you just have that just kicking it ever so slightly in the ball sack. Okay. And then after that, we've got the Angle. This is the crunch patch. What I do with the amp on the Angle is, for the crunch patch, I have it drive at 4.1. I pull the bass back a little bit, mid at 5, and then I lower the treble slightly and up the presence. Some people will take the presence off and up the treble. Trevor. Tribly. Blah, 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 blah. Treble. They will lower the treble and they will up the treble and lower the presence. I kind of do it the other way around. Paul Gilbert used to do it back in the day. I wonder if he still does that. Less treble, more presence. And then everything is kind of just stock as is after that. And the mid boost is off as well because I've got a graphic EQ. So next to that is the Cali Graphic. Just minor tweaks. That is there for live use more than anything, to be honest. And if you're going to take this patch out and go live with it, this will be your best friend to kind of set it up, because whenever you get any kind of preset off any YouTuber or custom tone maker, or even if you buy them, it's highly unlikely that they're going to sound as they did on the recording from the person that you've got it from. So you need this in there to get it back to where it sounded in their house, because obviously guitars are different, playback systems are different, speakers are different, leads are different, pick attack is different, and that's where people kind of fail to remember the important things in the science of tone building. Next to that is the plate reverb, and I've got about this much on. Next to that we have the simple delay, just on quarter notes, not a lot on there. Getting pick noise off this microphone as well, because I'm the consummate professional. And then right on the end, if you've seen these videos before, you will know that I always use the tile reverb. The tile reverb is kind of the same as what the Fractal FM3 does, or the Fractal systems do. They have a thing in there called an enhancer, which kind of just picks up the sound and spreads it out a little bit, makes it sound bigger. And I think that the tile reverb, that's what I use it for. I kind of get the same results. Word of warning though, the mix, if you kind of go anywhere above 40%, it kind of starts choking the sound out a little bit, and it goes really, really bad. And I'll show you what I mean. So we're currently at 40%. And then it just disappears, and then punch the microphone again. I've done that about 5 times so far, but whatever. So 40%. That's where it should sit. So our next snapshot then will take the drive up on the amp, and then that then becomes the lead sound. So the drive goes up to 6.4. It sounds huge. It sounds absolutely massive. And that realistically comes from 2 areas. It'll come from the Cali Graphic straightening out the EQ, the guitar, and obviously, and then the tile reverb on the end. That's kind of what does the magic stuff. So if we then take the pitch at the beginning and we did the whole... We did that. We all love a little bit of drop D. The way that they've got the poly stuff set up in this now is just, it's amazing. I think they've done a really, really good job with the firmware updates, and nobody live is going to know that that's not, you know, it's not another pedal that's dropping it. I mean, you're just not gonna recognize it. You know what I mean? So that is. Let's see if we can together get this back into. Hey. Gotta love a Les Paul that won't stay in tune. So that is pretty much the whole patch on C, snapshot C or snapshot 3, however you want to call it. There's a little bit of a boost there as well, but that is a fully giggable, ready to go E flat patch. Obviously, you can turn the E flat off if you want, like so. I mean, it's really good. Let me put it back on. So there you go. The link for the patch is below. Let me know what you think. Comment in the comment section. If you hit subscribe, that would be even better for me, because like I said before, I'm saving up for a hair transplant and liposuction and some plastic surgery to make me look like Brad Pitt. And thanks for popping along. There'll be more HX Stomp XL patches coming soon. Take it easy.